Okay, Putala, that day we did up to germination and growth of a seed. Still we are in the first lesson, and today we are going to start from the next part of our lesson, the nutrition. Okay, now we all know what's the nutrition of a plant and the human being. So today we are going to learn many more things about the nutrition of a plant, and we are going to learn about the photosynthesis of a plant. We are going to learn about the photosynthesis of a plant. So here all organisms including humans need food for survival. Satisfying the food requirements of organisms is called nutrition. Now we all know, Putala, we have to have food. We need food. We can't live without food because food need for our survival. And satisfying the food requirements of organisms is called nutrition. We are finding food for our existence now. So the way we are calling nutrition. Okay. So if they ask in your term test paper to explain about the nutrition, you have to write this one. Satisfying the food requirements of organisms is called nutrition. Usually I am using a smooth way to explain to you because you all are very newcomers for the English medium. Most of the children are newcomers for the English medium. So that's what I am using a smooth way to you to explain this like this. Okay. So most green plants produce food within themselves. Hence, these plants are called autotrophic. Because why? Most green plants produce food within themselves. So that's what we are calling them as autotrophic. Okay. So they use carbon dioxide from air, soil, water and sunlight to produce food. This process is called photosynthesis. Okay. Now we are going to learn many more things about the photosynthesis, Putala. Okay, now you can see here sunlight, here atmosphere, oxygen, carbon dioxide, here the flower, especially here you can see fruit, green leaves, and here you can see roots under the soil, and the water also can be seen. Okay, now we are going to learn many more things about the photosynthesis system, the way they are producing food. For that they are using sunlight, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and the water from the soil. And finally they are releasing oxygen to the atmosphere. This system we are calling photosynthesis because here they are storing nutrition to the roots and finally they can use them for a longer use. So they are releasing oxygen to the atmosphere. Animals can't produce their own food. They depend on plants directly or indirectly. Therefore, animals are considered as
heterotrophic.
Okay, now here animals can't produce their own food. Okay, so they are depending on plants directly or indirectly. So that's what we are calling them as
heterotrophic.
Animals such as deer, cows, etc. take plants as food. Now we all know who are the animals eating grasses. They depend on plants directly. But animals such as tiger, lion take flesh. Flesh means Putala, it means meat as food. So they depend on plants indirectly. Okay. Now here you can see there are some two pictures. A cow eating grass and here a lion eating an animal. Okay. In other words we can see they are herbivorous and here carnivorous. For your extra knowledge, during the process of photosynthesis, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So the amount of these two gases in the air can be kept constant. Okay, now here during the process there's a system, okay, of photosynthesis. Now we learned about the way they are making food. We are calling it as photosynthesis. Okay, in other words, in Sinhala, if I tell you to you, Prabha Sansleshana. So plants absorb, they are absorbing carbon dioxide and they are releasing oxygen. That's what we are calling, we can't live without plants. So the amount of these two gases in the air can be kept constant. Okay, so we need plants because they are releasing oxygen. And the next part is movement. Movement we also going by our legs. Likewise, there are many more animals around you. They are using many more movement to travel. Now here, showing different movements is a common feature of living organisms. Now here we have two legs, but here you can see there's a fish, and here there's a reptile. Here there are two horses. Now here showing different movements is a common feature of living organisms. Apart from movements, some animals can move from place to place. Animals moving from one place to another place is called locomotion. That is very important. When you are studying science, you can learn many more new words from the science vocabulary. You have to keep these words in your mind because these are very important. There are special appendages for animals for locomotion. Several locomotions of animals are shown here. Now you can see. Now we are going to learn about the movement. As I told you already, showing different movements is a common feature. Now you can see here, this fish is swimming and this reptile is creeping and these horses are running. Now you can see here the variety of movements. Okay, so apart from movements, some animals can move from place to place. Animals moving from one place to another place is called locomotion. Okay, now here there are some animals that cannot move, but they show different movements. See, animal, coral, polyp living in oceans are such animals. Now you can see here, sea anemone, coral, polyp. Okay, and here now there's an assignment. Mention different types of appendages used by animals for their locomotion and write names of animals as examples. Now we learned you can write them. When a mimosa plant is touched, okay, now you can see here, mimosa mean, what is that? Nitikumba. The leaves of the mimosa plant shows a sleeping movement. Also, Albizia, Sesbania, Katurburunga, Agati, tamarind leaves show sleeping movements in the evening. These are some examples of movements of plants. Plants also show some movements. Now you know here, if I tell the word, the name of in the Sinhala, you know this is Nidikumba. And here tamarind plant also we can see. And here Katuruvanga, Sesbania. Now here, touch me, not plant. Okay, touch me, not plant. Now you can see here, although plants show many other movements, they cannot be observed during a short period of time. Okay, now you can see, although plants show many other movements, okay, so even the plants also showing, so they cannot be observed during a short period of time. When a plant is kept on a windowsill After some days, the stem of the plant bends towards the sunlight. I think you all have good idea about this. This too is a movement of plant. Okay. Now here if you don't have the experience of this, Putala, you have to try this because you have to keep a flower pot also near the window, and automatically by the time it will bend to the sunlight. Okay, now you can see non-living things do not move on their own. Non-living things will only move only when an external force is applied, because living things only can be seen the movement of them. So the non-living things, we have to do some force, external force, then only it will applied, otherwise it never applied. Respiration. When a person is lying in a relaxed position, you will see that his chest and the stomach move up and down. Why? Okay, now we are going to discuss about the respiration system. That is very important. So when a person is lying on a relaxed position, you also can do the same thing, because you just lie on the bed. So then you can see the respiration. So you will see that his chest and the stomach move up and down. Why? It is because we take air. That means, in other word, we are calling inhale. Okay, inhale means we take air. We are breathing. We are calling it is inhale. And release air out. Exhale. The opposite word of inhale is exhale. Oxygen in the air, once breathed in, reacts with the food stored in the body and produces energy. Okay, oxygen in the air. We are breathing oxygen from the air. Once breathed in, you try now, reacts with the food stored in the body. Okay, and produces energy. This process is called respiration. Okay, this is very, very important. This process is called respiration. We can't live without oxygen. In this process of respiration, oxygen is used and carbon dioxide is released. Nowadays, we need oxygen, because why? During this pandemic situation, most of the students, especially, you all have good knowledge about why do we need oxygen, because people are asking oxygen to breathe. Okay, so in the process of respiration, oxygen is used and carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere. Oxygen needed to breathe is taken in by inhaling, while the produced carbon dioxide is released by exhaling. Oxygen needed to breathe. We need oxygen to breathe. Okay, we are taking by inhaling, while the produced carbon dioxide is released by exhaling. We are releasing carbon dioxide by exhaling. The chest moves up and down because of the process of inhaling and exhaling. These movements are called respiratory movements. If you have a younger brother or younger sister at your home, you can just try out with them, because you can ask them to breathe and you can ask them to lie down on the bed, and you can just tell them to explain what's the respiratory movements, and then if they do that, you can ask them to explain the process of inhaling and exhaling. Plants do breathe, but they do not show respiratory movements as animals. Okay, not only us, not only people, even the horses and many other animals, even the fish also, we can see they are respiratory movements. But plant, they do not show respiratory movements like animals. Respiration is a common feature of every organism. There is no respiration in non-living things. Okay, there is no respiration in non-living things. Now here, Putala, there's an assignment. Observe and report the respiratory movements and respiratory organs on different animals. Now we all know. For your extra knowledge, yes, the patients with respiratory difficulties nowadays, you can see you have the experience of these conditions because many more people, there are many more patients because of this corona pandemic situation, COVID-19 pandemic situation. They are asking oxygen because why? They have respiratory difficulties, breathing difficulties. So are given oxygen artificially. Also, mountain climbers and divers use artificial oxygen. Those who are diving and the mountain climbers also, they are using artificial oxygen to breathe. Let's do the following experiment to find out whether exhaled air contains carbon dioxide. Now here there's an activity. You will need a straw, a test tube, colorless lime water. Now this is the method. Put some colorless lime water into the test tube. Then bubble the exhaled air. Okay, just like the way you are blooming up balloons into the test tube as shown in like this picture. Record your observation. Now you can see here when you are bubbling to the water, so you can see here some air bubbles can be seen. Okay, you will see that the colorless lime water changes into off-white. This happens due to the presence of carbon dioxide because we are exhaling carbon dioxide from our body now. Hence, the exhaled air contains carbon dioxide. So finally we can get the conclusion because the exhaled air contains carbon dioxide. That's what the lime water changes into off-white. Now here Putala, we are in the reproduction. Okay, reproduction means that is again we are producing. Okay, so it is obvious that every organism dies one day or the other. That's the fate of our life. We are starting our life as an infant, and by the time we have to go for the old age. Sometimes we have to die before that. That's the fate of our life. So from this reproduction system, okay, we are allowing for the other generation to come to the world. So for the continuation of the living world, it is essential to have new generation. So a mature living being producing new members of this
Same species.
is known as reproduction. Okay, just think about your parents. They are matured, a matured living being producing new members. Now your parents have you. Okay, after they were getting married, so you came to this world. So the process we are calling reproduction. Okay, now you can see here there are two pictures. Those are very nice pictures. Types of reproduction seen in some plants and animals. Now show the reproduction of some plants and animals. Reproduction of organisms occurs in different methods. Reproduction is essential for the existence of living organisms. It's common for all organisms. Reproduction does not occur in non-living things. Okay. Now you can see while you are observing clearly of these two pictures, you can see the reproduction system, the way they are reproducing. Okay. Because here first picture we can see reproduction system from the plants and here from the animals. Now shows the reproduction from some plants and animals. So the reproduction of organisms occurs in different methods. There are various methods of the reproductions. Reproduction is essential for the existence. That is need for the existence. Okay. Existence means pavatma. Okay, that is very essential part of our lives. of living organisms. It's common for all organisms. Reproduction does not occur in non-living things. Non-living things, artificial things, it does not occur in non-living things. Reproduction system can be seen only on living things and not depend on the non-living things. Keep these things in your mind. Okay. Differences between plants and animals. Diversity of plants. Diversity means putala differences. There is a vast diversity among plants and animals in the environment. Based on the nature of plants, they can be categorized as plants, trees, shrubs, and creepers. You know what are the trees and what are the shrubs and the creepers. Putala, when you are learning science, you have to have a good knowledge about the vocabulary. Otherwise, you will have to have isolated in the lesson. Okay, so also there is a diversity among the plants in relation to morphological features such as roots, stem, leaves, flowers, shape, size, and color of fruits and seeds. Okay, now there's a differences, diversity among the plants in relation to the morphological features such as roots, stem also. It is differ from plant to plant. Leaves also, there's a diversity. Now here, if you compare the shape of the beetle leaf and the jack leaf, so you can see some differences between them. Flowers also, shape, size, and color of fruits and seeds all are differ from the other. So we can see diversity of these everything of the plants. Plants grow not only on the terrestrial environments but also on aquatic, coastal, mangrove environments. Okay. Now here Putala. Now you know plant grow not only on the terrestrial environments. භෞමික පරිසරය විතරක් නෙවෙයි. But also, not only that, on aquatic, that means water. Coastal. Coastal means near the sea. And mangrove environment. So, each and everywhere we can see plants. And the diversity also can be seen. Differences. Now here, diversity among plants based on morphological features. Roots, stem, leaves, flowers, seeds, fruits. These are the physical features of a plant. And here, based on living environment, habitat, we are calling another name, habitat. Based on living environment, terrestrial, aquatic, mangrove, coastal. Based on nature plants, shrubs, trees, creepers. So now you can see here, there's a diversity. There's a diversity can be seen. Each and every plant we can see a diversity among the plants. Okay. Observe the plants in the environment. Categorize them as plants, shrubs, trees and creepers. Draw their flowers, leaves, seeds, fruits, etc. to identify the diversity of plants. Now here, go to the environment. Observe the environment. So then you can identify what's the diversity among the plants in the same environment. But here, if you enter to the variety of environment, especially coastal, aquatic, mangrove, and here you can see the variety of the plants. Okay, but here you just go to your home garden. You just go to your home garden, then observe each and every plant. So among that also you can see some differences, diversity among the plants. Okay, Putala. Now I am going to stop for today, and the next day I hope to come for the third part of our lesson, that is the diversity of animals. Okay, today I am going to go for the summary of our lesson. Today we started from the nutrition. Now you know how to explain photosynthesis of a plant. Now we know photosynthesis means the plant is using sunlight and the carbon dioxide and
Water from the soil.
and they are producing food from the leaves and they are releasing oxygen to the atmosphere. Okay, and we learnt about the movement, and especially we learnt about the movement of the plants as well as the non-living things and especially the living things, and you have to do this activity at your home. So we have plenty of time to do these activities, and this is the very important topic nowadays, respiration. You can do this activity at your home and you can try out this, and then you can easily explain the inhale and the exhale. Okay, and the next one we did some activity. Next we did about the reproduction system of the plant, especially the shrubs and the animals. Now next we did about the diversity of plants, and next day we hope to come with diversity of animals. See you soon.